allow the two children to attend the budget.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Mayegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power. Over naira, see them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Mayegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Mayegun don't come, oh.
Is acting up. Sorry about that. Let's take that again. So good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining me this moment. Sorry about the faulty audio earlier. Read the caption of this broadcast. Read the description of this broadcast. Like it. Share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell all of them who cares to join us that Mayegun today. You are very right. It is going to be hot tonight. If you are the type who love to be politically correct, if you are the type who have a soft skin, not thick skins, I advise you not to join this broadcast. Go and watch Netflix. Go and watch something else on YouTube. Tell everybody else, everyone else that Mayegun today.
And yes, tonight. Glory Facebook. And yes, tonight.
There is so much to cover. I will do my best to cover everything in time so that we can take calls tonight.
And yes, tonight.
Tragedy in Borno, Maiduguri.
And yes, tonight.
It is not climate change. In case if you have come across this image on your social media, on TV, wherever you are. This is not climate change, you. It is negligence. Negligence of the motherfuckers in charge of governance in Nigeria.
And yes, tonight.
Share this. If you see anybody asking you to show respect some elders. If you have stones, gather them. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. And welcome to the Temple of Truth. Initially, I was advising those of you who love to be politically correct. I have been warning those of you who also have a sort of a soft skins for truth. And if you are the type who love to gaslight people, blackmail people in a way to shield the criminals that we always talk about on this platform, stay away from this broadcast in your own interest. Others, thank you for joining me. So we are going to stop by in Maiduguri first. Yesterday, something happened. And the lives lost in Maiduguri because of it is pretty much like uncertain. But we'll take them little by little. We'll take them one by one now, okay? So last night, there is a dam in Maiduguri in Borno State. Okay, this dam, nobody knows how much water it holds. But I'm so shocked that they have a dam in Maiduguri, and then the Fulani terrorists that have been ransacking the rest other part of Nigeria. Most of their complaint is that they needed to wet their cows. They needed to feed their cows on wet grass. If you have dams in northern Nigeria, what are they doing in southern Nigeria? Killing, kidnapping, and destroying farmlands in southern part of Nigeria. That was the question I've been asking myself, right? But here, the people of Maiduguri woke up yesterday to a tragedy of a dam that got, it collapsed, they say. It's called Alau Dam in Maiduguri. Usually, they said they were maintaining this dam, like maintenance, where, they will release, once in a while, they will release the water, and then they will close it, release it, but it was poorly managed. So somehow yesterday, it collapsed, and the entire water in the dam flooded the entire Maiduguri metropolis and Borno State in general. I have some clips for us of what happened from last night in Maiduguri. However, this water chased humans out of their homes because it was so massive. Then it chased all the animals out of their zoo. Similarly, it collapsed. The same fence holding terrorists that are locked up in Maiduguri prison, Boko Haram fighters and the rest, the dam that broke also broke the prison. So we have a prison break on our hands. But for you to understand the context of what really happened, I decided to put together some of the clips of what went down in Maiduguri from yesterday to this morning, starting with the dam that burst. This is a long watch. Let's go there to Maiduguri from yesterday, the disaster.
Garin Maiduguri wato alo dam ku ga yanda ruwan yake hauka yake masifa. Ubangiji Allah ya kare mu da kariyansa. Wannan ruwan yanzu cikin gari yake zuwa gabaki ɗaya. Wallahi wannan ruwan ya fi karfin yadda kake tunani. Masifa ne ba karamin masifa ba. Ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada, zunzurutun fada har hayaki yake yi. Kun ga yanda ruwan yake. Kun ga yanda ya tafi da gabaki ɗaya. Yanzu ruwan nan duk gabaki ɗaya cikin gari yake tafiya. Wallahi tallahi dole ma ambaliya ya zo. Allah ya kare mu, gaskiya Allah rufa mana asiri. Wannan masifa ne ba karamin masifa ba. Wallahi ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada fa. Yanda ruwan yake fada yake hauka. Wallahi dam din fashewa yayi, kun gani dam din fashewa yana ta hauka.
Mota ce ta lime fa, mota ne gaba ɗaya wannan ya lime. Wallahi mota ne wannan ya lime gaba ɗaya. Ga yicin duk hanyar mun da market. Ruwa ka duba duk ya cinye labai. Wallahi gaba ɗaya ya cinye hanyar kasuwa nan duk nan wajen asibitin duba gari ne. Shi ma gashi ya lime gaba ɗaya asibitin duba gari. Wallahi a daren jiya ya zo mana misalin karfe 1 da wani abu ruwan nan ya zo mana na dare. Wallahi bulaburin kan ma condemn kan. Bulaburin condemn ba a magana. So wani tashan dambuwa sai ina ne duk condemn. Can duk cross na fasobi ne ake taruwa mutane. Wallahi gaba ɗaya haka. Wallahi ne duk nan ruwa ne mutane har wuyansu.
Ko ina ne mu je ga wannan wannan hanyar da wake su kaga ko ina ne ba ruwa ina bukatar addu'ar jama'a Allah ya kare rayuka da kuma dukiyoyin mutane muna bukatar addu'ar jama'a muna bukatar
Just look at how this petroleum tank was buried underground. It busted out.
Gani sama gani na mun jima da zuwa yi in karbe da ya kaga kwace na karo zuwa ka gani wata ba take to ba cikin eh
nan Lagos Street wajen bakin Status Hotel. Ka duba yadda ruwa ya mamaye. Ka duba gidanmu. Ruwa kamun na fita. Ruwa har cikin ɗakin kwanciya hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Kana gani? ruwa a kwankwason mutum akan kwanta. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. This is around 2 o'clock a.m. Ka duba flood da ya zo mana. Na
This is Aliko Toko, MTN office, Inuwa Mekwano. This is Lagos House. May Allah make it easy for us. This is the road that links you to Government House, Gidan Madara. It's fully flooded.
Ke ma za ki bada tarihi yanzu ai.
Lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Katango ya shauri mara Yesu. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi.
That's if also fed their Shehu of Borno. But let me give you the backstory. You see, this dam, when I was reading about it, they said that for a long time, the dam has never held this much water before. So usually it was a conduit pipe for politicians from that part of Nigeria. Okay. So they allocate money for the maintenance of the dam. Okay. And this is like job for the boys. For example, if I happen to be part of them, and then they want to use the dam as a compensation for me. So every year, when the government says we are allocating money for the maintenance of this dam, so they allocate it to me. So I spend the money. Since the dam never really holds much water that could burst, so 200 million naira a year. I mean, the last money they paid to those who were supposed to be managing it or maintaining it was 200 million naira last year. But this year, they said they have no record that any money was allocated for the maintenance of the dam. However, from last year, they said the torrential rainfall in the last, especially this year, further complicated the structure of the dam, which means it was never really maintained. It was just job for the boys. A dam built like over 60 or so years ago, right? When northern Nigeria, right, still had their own little government that was regional governments, okay? Once these criminals came to power, it became conduit pipe, where as long as the dam will never really hold much water, so why should you be worried? So they were looting the money, stealing the money. The infrastructure around the dam continued to dilapidate until it burst yesterday. And it released all the water into the Maiduguri metropolis, hospitals, different government supposed infrastructure, different government buildings and all that are all flooded. Most especially hospitals, where those who are patients, right, the evacuation of patients from some of the hospitals in Maiduguri is so poor that people have no idea what is the exact number of casualties. As we speak, they are already paying some Nigerian journalists to go and say, this is the picture, the area view of Maiduguri metropolis on the left, all right? That picture on the left, right? So now that's a perfect picture to say climate change is affecting Nigeria. And those who are also, who they opened shop for to make some money from climate change campaign, they are already being paid now to say this is caused by climate change. There's nothing climate change about this. All right. The first video from the series of videos I showed you there, right? The first one is the dam when it started when it burst, and then the water started gushing out. It was within 2-3 hours, the entire metropolis was already submerged. So like I said, the number of people dead are not, we don't know yet. But from the reports we have received and verified, hospitals, schools, zoo, Emir's Palace, government house, as well as the prison. The prison that is currently holding over 300 inmates is already gone, where the terrorists locked up in Maiduguri prison, including Boko Haram commanders, have escaped, same as animals from their zoo. Here is another connecting clip from the incident. Let's go back to that Maiduguri again, just.
As you can see now, all our families are moving out of the street because there is no way we can protect the water from entering our houses. Look at the way how people are moving out of the streets. And the other streets are corrupted so much. This is the only was safest place before yesterday, but now the water has submerged everywhere. We cannot able to protect anywhere. And look at the way how people are moving out of their family houses. Both Maiduguri up to the streets.
Wallahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Katango ya shauri mara Yesu. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-ali. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-ali. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Jama'a sun go no tina hore. La hawla wala quwwata illa billahi al-ali. Nan kofin shawon Borno ne wallahi gashi ruwan kogi ya yi return back. Ya zo har ya zo ya shiga gidanmu. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. La ilaha illallah Muhammadur rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
That's the most of the prayers from the residents, so they are on their own. Okay, so normally you will see the National Emergency Management Agency. I think that's what they are called, NEMA, National Emergency Management Agency or something. I don't know. So you would have seen them there providing, evacuating people at the same time. Moving people to the island, or should we call the island, where they can easily just, stay safe until the water subsides and all that. But for now, they are on their own. Apart from the politicians who are already cooking the figure or not to cash out from this, right? I haven't seen any major support or help go their way. I haven't seen any, other than people reacting, including Shitty Man, who also went there today.
Bamu bunkasan arziki, Allah ya ba mu haɗin kai. Muna godewa gwamna, muna godewa NEMA, muna godewa Refugees Commission. Gashi nan naga kayan su motocin NEMA. Mun godewa SEMA, North Development Commission. Kuma za mu dauki duk matakan da ya cancanta.
So I'll give him credit for that. Showed up. All right. Just 24 hours after that after it happened. But there is no real help. Very soon, you probably will see a few handful of organizations that will be sharing maybe blankets or maybe some makeshift tents. Majority of them will end up in internally displaced people's refugee camps outside their city. And it won't be the first time. Half of those who live in Maiduguri today, they are not from Maiduguri. These are people who are running away from the Boko Haram terrorists from their different local government areas. Out of about 27 local government areas of Borno State, right? The only place that the government of Nigeria and government of Borno State still controls, out of those local government areas, they are not up to 10 local government areas. The remaining local government in Borno State is being controlled by the terrorists for more than 5 years now. That's been their lot. So they moved everybody to Maiduguri. where Zulum is operating a sort of a military sole administrator kind of a government. You know what I mean? Local government allocation, state allocation, and every allocation or whatever is given to Borno State goes straight into Zulum's hand. And then they share them. That's why you see most of the time displaying the images of bags of rice or bag of wheat or bag of this food that they are sharing to families, because these are the families that escaped from the Boko Harams in their different communities and their different villages and all that, and escaped to Maiduguri, and they've been there for years now. There's no plan of returning them back there, except if you really just want to go back to being governed by the terrorists. So Maiduguri is the epicenter of, you can say Maiduguri is the headquarters of all the refugees, high concentration of refugees, internally displaced people by terrorists. And now they are being displaced again by what they will tell you is natural disaster. That is not natural disaster. Corruption kills faster than a bullet. And some of you need to know that. Corruption that has kind of eaten so deep, negligence led to this. They are hiding the number of dead people from us now, but we'll find out. We're going to get to know. I am putting out a figure myself that with what I have seen so far, the damages I have seen so far, there will be nothing less than 500 people that possibly have either been washed away by water or confirmed dead already as we speak. You may never find out the real figure, but I'm giving you one. Hold on to that. Because in the next few days, the whole thing will be coming out one after the other. And that's from Maiduguri. In the last 5 days alone, no, in the last 1 week, in northern part of Nigeria, we have seen the loss of lives of more than 400 people killed. And why did I say that? Why did I mention that? Thiefnubu left for China, remember? For this African China whatever summit, or China African summit, where all the African head of states, all of them went to China to go and listen to what China asked for them, and what they also have to, and what they themselves also have to give to China for this 50 billion loan that China is promising them. Do you know that in that last 1 week, the terrorists, they struck in Sokoto, they killed 150%, these are farmers and their families, over 150. In Yobe State, twice. First, they killed over 200 people in a single day in Yobe State. There was no any emergency in the book of Thiefnubu, by the way. Normally, tragedies like this will cut short any foreign trip of any serious leader in any part of the world. If you are a leader of any country and a tragedy strikes in your country where people die, they are the most important. They should be the most important thing to you. Indeed, if you actually believe they elected you as their president, call you state back. They killed more than 200 people in Yobe, more than 150 people in Bauchi. In Sokoto. And then we have Borno now. So if my 500 sounds so exaggerative, right? Maybe we should just say maybe 200. If you have seen what I have seen, the damages I have seen, including this old man whose picture it's gone so viral because his son had to rescue him. There are many like him who have already been washed off. You see this picture on the right? That's an old disabled man whose son is pretty much around to save. If he wasn't, it would be one of those washed away. Currently, NEMA and other emergency bodies, whatever, that should be on ground. If they are on ground, that means they are just on their way there now. I have not spotted one, not even from the part of the state government. Everybody just disappeared until Shitty Man showed up this evening. with that photo op and all of that, telling them that they are coming. Nema will come, they will take care of you and all of that. An emergency that was never an emergency to Thiefnubu. So Thiefnubu left Beijing 3 days ago. We were told that he left Beijing for London. I haven't spotted him in the UK, but that was what the report said, that he came to the UK. Now, the report is now saying that despite this particular one, UK to Nigeria is just a 6 hours or 5.5 hours a flight if you fly fast, right? So Kolu have sent Shittyman Grant. He is on his way to America. And what they said is going for the United Nations General Assembly meeting. So we'll be in New York, possibly tonight or tomorrow. Who won't die, may then die. Those who remain, should account for themselves. That is their situation in Nigeria as we speak. So again, inonilai, why inonilei, rajion, to those who lost their loved ones in Maiduguri. Now, leaving Maiduguri, a quick one. Hang on. We are going to go to Edo. Now, this one is politics now, okay? And it's just like a follow-up for what happened yesterday when Abure, apampas, arabambidiot, and the rest of them came up and said, Peter Obi and Peter Obi, Oti, and others, they were trying to hijack their party from them simply by appointing caretaker committee that will steer their party into electing their new leader, so that INEC won't remove their candidates from the ballot, since submission of all this were supposed to be done by the valid executives of the party. So Abure, who has been under initially, right? I remember on this platform when apampas, arabambidiot, and the rest of them were angling for him, and then demanding for his jugular, or aiming for his jugular. We said these ones are not there to build any party that could complement the effort of you, the Obidients, who believe that you could save Nigeria in this their dirty or murky water of politics. But the table has turned. When I say table turned, it seems like Abure, like arabambidiot and others, they were all the same after all. The INEC of Nigeria, Mr. Yakubu, they said that by their own record, Abure is no longer the chairman of Labour Party. So other executives of Abure, that if they want to still be if they still want to be recognized as the supposed neck of the Labour Party, then they should conduct a credible Congress where the party leadership and all of that will emerge, okay? And then they will take it on from there, according to Oti, as well as Obi and others. They seems to be trying to make effort to want to make a Labour Party a viable platform that they probably could build on their own movements. But a corrupt system, a sort of stopgap political party for politicians who have lost out from the power play in PDP, APC. Usually they use them as stopgap. You pay them, okay, and then they can give you their platform. And if you, by any chance, succeed, all right, you can go back to PDP, you can go back to APC. That's how they've been running their things until the Obidients came, their wave in 2022. That changed the fortune of Labour Party in Nigeria. And for the first time, they actually have value that the likes of Abure milked. to the T. What does that mean? It became obvious that what the likes of arabambidiot, apampas were actually fighting for is their own normal share. Every election cycle, right, is an opportunity for them, right, to cash out. But surprisingly, Abure and gang, especially Abure himself, right, he was pretty much all for himself. And the likes of arabambidiot, apampas felt like this is the first time Labour Party is making so much money. Baba, they sold 3.3 billion naira in interest forms in 2023. It was so much that at a point, the Obidients themselves, they actually started a campaign just to fund the party, that everyone should contribute or donate at least 1,000 naira to Labour Party. I remember that. So, in all of this, Abure and his gang, they actually raked in over 5 billion naira through that obedient wave. But it's a two-way thing. Itobi wanted to be president, right? And he started his own, he had his own Itobi presidential campaign, this or that. He put together his own team. But since the likes of Abure, for the first time, they chop, and bele they run so much. They didn't care about what Obi and Obidients were really doing. So rather than the party to use the money, because what you do when you sell party forms and all of that during elections, right? The party will then divide the money, right? We divide the money across all of their chapters in the country to run the election. But lucky them, the Obidients and Obi, who were also raising money themselves for their own campaign, they were actually like doing the Labour Party job. Abure and gang, as they were collecting money from the sales of form, they were just enjoying themselves. That was what prompted the fight between apampas, arabambidiot, that took the center stage, and they were so angry that they were trying to get the attention of Peter Obi. But Peter Obi didn't give them the attention. It's like he didn't know them. Okay? So, and they believe that Peter Obi was shielding Abure and his gang from giving accounts of the total money they made from the sale of forms. It was the first time they will ever come across such money. First time. And it was meant to be shared among themselves as like a cash outs. But Abure and his gang alone were sitting on it. So their term now lapsed. Okay? And they had to go somehow. And Abure and his gang felt like, how dare disobedient or so to think they can just come and hijack our party. Shall we ask them how they spent their own campaign money? How can they be asking Abure to come and give account of how he spent it? So, and they were not the ones asking him to give account to. It was actually in between them. But since INEC said, you are no longer recognized as the neck of Labour Party. And if you are not going to do the right thing, then that simply means that Labour Party won't be able to present any candidate for any of their elections. Now, the foundation of all of these differences is about money between greedy, selfish scums who just somehow accidentally, right, landed on a huge amount of money. So Abure, to sustain that, now quickly put together a zone sort of a party congress. Okay, it's like me, Mayegun. Okay, I don't want to use myself. Okay, let's use another person. So it's like somebody who was elected by the supposed party members. This time around, that they have become so divided, right? Something they usually do in the in-house, you just write names, pretending that they are doing congress, and they will announce chairman, vice chairman, share the money, share all the positions, and then everybody will wait until money comes, and they will share the money. So they didn't kind of take the reality of this is no longer that your chop by chop, supposedly chop by chop, stopgap political party for politicians who are looking for, internally displaced politicians who are looking for refuge, temporary refuge. That this Labour Party, their Labour Party shouldn't be there anymore. You have to actually now, be credible enough that you have to do everything according to your supposed constitution. Doing that means Abure would have to stand, or others would have to actually stand for proper elections, not writing names. You won't have any of that. So they went on to organize a congress or convention in Imo State, in one hotel in Imo State this year, where it was returned as the party chairman. But INEC didn't recognize that. In order to validate that, Abure announced that now that he has been re-elected as chairman, he has now given the automatic ticket for 2027 to Obi. So they are their cash cow. Obidients, Obi waves, and all of that. That's their cash cow. So undisputable. He gave Peter Obi that didn't solicit for his ticket or anything. He said Peter Obi is going to remain the party's flag bearer in 2027. Alex Otti, that is doing so well, is also going to get automatic tickets. All the senators and all of them on Labour Party, we're also going to give them automatic ticket. This were just to see, to bring them to his side, okay? But with all of that, INEC didn't recognize it. And like I said, this one don't want to use Labour Party as a stopgap political party anymore. They actually want to be established. Here you get, they want to be established and say, this is our party now. We want to build it for election stuff. Doing that simply means Abure will have to go through proper election. So let's do convention or congress. Abure felt betrayed. Arabambidiot and co. that reported Abure to DSS, that Abure, because they believed that the only way they could force the hand of Abure at the time, you remember when he was arrested? When they arrested him in the middle of the night, Abure, DSS. So it was the Arabambidiot and co. that wrote a petition that Abure is funding terrorism. That Abure has been funded, that the terrorism that is happening in Nigeria, now Abure the founder, and he's using the money he made from the Labour Party sale of tickets. He's using the money to fund terrorism. So, EFCC and DSS, they grabbed Abure. So it was internal party scuffle. Of course, there is money missing, money stolen. Okay. So when Obi and Oti, right, and other stakeholders met in Abia to quickly save, in quote, to save the party from total destruction of greed, of a selfish view, Abure took it personal. He felt betrayed. You know what I mean? Like, why can't Obi shield him? Why would Oti and the rest of them, right, want things done in the right way? If things are done in the right way, the way they are pushing it, Abure will lose out. He won't be the chairman anymore. Surprisingly, in a twist, in a twist of event or something, apampas, arabambidiot, Judas Abure, there's this other one, Akong or so, the one that also claimed to still be the chairman of the Labour Party in Lagos State. They now came together and say, we need to come together. Yes, sorry about everything that happened. Sorry that I didn't give account of that money. Yeah, I have to do what I did. But don't worry, guys. I will say to you, we need to save ourselves from this Obidients, because the way they are going, you, the arabambidiot and apampas, myself, Abure, and others, we're all going to lose out. There will be nothing left for us. So they now took it like, let's come together and tell everybody that Peter Obi, Oti, and the rest, they want to hijack our party from us. We gave them the platform. We gave them our deeds. We get like that. So they became friends. Now, becoming friends simply means they have one common enemy, the Obidients and everything obedient. So they came out here yesterday. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? To say, I have changed my mind. Peter Obi can no longer be the flag bearer of our party, including Alex Otti. They never asked him to make them their automatic tickets in their party. No, they didn't. It was him trying to get their validation. Okay? While he was throwing the name of Obi here and there, the arabambidiot as well as the apampas and co, they were so mad. They felt like Peter Obi is the one shielding Abure from them, allowing Abure to what? To spend the party money. Till this moment, Judas Abure has not given account of what he did with over 3.3 billion naira. You heard me right, 3.3 billion naira. Money made from selling tickets, party ticket in 2023. He hasn't given the account of arabambidiot and the rest of them don't care anymore. So what we need to do now is that if we continue to fight Abure and the steps that these guys are taking materializes at Arabambio, at Pampaso, at Judas Abure, and the rest of them, all of them will be swept. They will be swept off the Labour Party. They will become history. And according to them, some people who didn't sow in Labour Party, they will now be the one to reap their sweat. We better come together now and chase them away and tell the whole world that Peter Obi is yet to give accounts of how much money he raised for his presidential campaign. I remember when Aisha Yesufu was giving his press conference. I don't know if some of you will remember. Giving press conference of how much money they raised. How they raised nearly 1 billion naira. And Peter Obi doubled it. It's like, it's like what these multimillionaires would do. Usually, multimillionaire politicians, they'll say, okay, if you donate 10 naira to my campaign, I will double it. Which means if you donate 10 naira, I will add 10 naira to make it 20 naira. So if all of you donate 1 billion naira to my campaign, I will add 1 billion naira. But if all of you donate, let's say 500 million naira, I will add 500 million naira to make it 1 billion. I don't know if some of you know that concept. That's exactly what Obi and his guys did. But what they forgot at the time was that they were the only people who had the intention of actually like contesting election to win election. The likes of Abure and co, they were just accidental party chiefs who bumped into a movement that popped them so up, made them so much money, I'm talking about so much money that they ever imagined in their lives. So this is the business. Why would they want to lose it? However, yesterday as well, the Obi and his guy and his own guys, they submitted a 29-member caretaker committee to INEC, okay, which then gives them the go-ahead to conduct party congress and choose whoever is interested in becoming their party stalwart or party leaders and all of that. We won't have any of that. Edo election, which was supposed to have been the concern of at least the man who is now their former chairman, because let me say this so, by their own arrangement or by their law, Abure is now former chairman of Labour Party, but he's not taking that. INEC bounced him. He's not fighting INEC. He's now saying that it was Obi and Alex Otti that told INEC to bounce him and not approving. So their Edo election that was supposed to be is also from Edo State, right? People are now saying that he's working for APC. And I have found my own stuff. So you know why? Do you remember that as wretched looking as apampas was, during the time that they thought they could actually use them and use the division they created at the time to truncate Peter Obi and the Obidient presidential election case in their courts. If you remember very well, apampas was walking about with DSS protection. Apampas, as wretched as he was a regular guest on the major top channels or TV stations in Nigeria. And he was there shouting the name of Obi, 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 and all of that stuff. And the major, especially the major channel that kept hosting them and broadcasting their crisis at the time was TVC and channels. Today, some of the Obidients who actually participated in the election, I'm talking about like at the high level there, they are wondering, how come it is the TVC that is now the mouthpiece for Abure in his fight for Survivor, where he's accusing Obi of trying to hijack their party? So it is the hand of Thiefnubu still. So now these guys have collaborated enough that some Obidients are already saying, why don't you just go and start your own political party or stuff like that? So today. I'm going to start from yesterday. It was all from yesterday when Peter Obi himself appeared at one TV interview, News Central, where he was talking about the situation of Nigeria, okay, Edo elections, before he got to that Edo State today. So I'm going to take you back to that their studio. It's just random charts, okay, and then major charts, and then today. Let's go to that of yesterday inside their studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, shall we in our tradition welcome it will be a case of you need to hear from all our politicians. They must do what is necessary to protect the fourth estate of the realm. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Members of the fourth estate of the realm, we welcome you. So please, one word of advice for journalists in Nigeria. More transparency. And when you talk about transparency in terms of figures, you show it, you elucidate it. Figures are not 1 + 1 is 2. It's not something you say it's just 2 because of. Tell us how we arrived at it and we'll believe. And when we talk about subsidy, I've continuously said, if we are removing subsidy, what are we replacing it with? Where are we applying that subsidy we removed to? So if you say to me, I've removed subsidy, I'm going to use it to build this number of classrooms, to be able to pull out of school children into school, so we can verify and follow and track those schools. Where we have issue in health, primary health care, especially issue of infant mortality, removal of resources will enable us to build this number of primary health cares in different, so that we can measure it. So you don't remove something without saying what is replaced and where we moving our money to. Or it's helping us to manage our debts. This is it. This. But here we have fuel subsidy removed, the debt is increasing, and we're not seeing anything. We have to continue our journey on democracy. It's government of the people, for the people, and by the people. However, we need to tweak it where we have some level of parliamentary system in it, like it's in South Africa. So we need to deal with issue of more scrutiny in our expenditure, in our borrowing, in efforts to be able to ensure that our scarce resources is prioritized to areas of urgent need for development, from security, food, all those areas, education. I'm not preoccupied about 2027 election. I'm preoccupied by Nigeria sitting today and having a better life. I've said it before, my politics is not about the election. I am not desperate to be president, and I don't want to. What I want to hear is that fuel prices are coming down, bread is getting cheaper, Nigerians are not. You cannot be talking about 38 million Nigerians facing hunger, and I'm talking about next election. Let's talk about hunger. Let's talk about managing our resources today. Let's talk about doing the right thing, the right behavior, showing example to the younger ones growing up that we're leaders. I've said that everybody, they have right to protest. I've said it before. I would discuss with every protester. They even won government months before they did that. I would sit down and discuss with them. People protested when I was governor. They even called strike. They shut down our schools for months, our hospitals for months. Go and verify. I was talking with them. I didn't come down. I have never, as a politician, as a governor, for one day, go and ask any policeman, say, please, stop somebody. Talk less of arresting the person. It shouldn't be. In a democracy, people have right to say no. I've said it every day. If I'm managing this facility and everybody loves me, I will resign. This is me. Wherever I am, I believe that I have enemies. My job is to convince them. If everybody loves Peter, there's a problem. There's people who hate me because I'm just Peter. They don't even need to give me any reason. It is my job to convince them on why it should be. I convince the teachers why we should return schools to missionaries. and they've seen the result. I convinced them why we should go to the missionary facilities, the Ministry of Health, and build school of nursing and midwifery. You just have to. It's a constant thing. That's why you're a leader. You're a communicator. You listen. You talk to the people. It's not a question of what the young ones. I'll meet them. The agitators, the protesters. I will be talking to them. More transparency.
So that's his life, right? So this was just like a wee chat before the main thing. I'm looking forward to that interview. Should I say, the interview at the News Central. I think it's coming out tomorrow. Now, that was where he had, he had a one-on-one based on the happenings in Nigeria now. And there's something about him, okay? I know he said it himself. He said, there are those who just don't like him because he's Peter Obi. You get that now? And it's true. There are those who just say that I just don't like, I don't like him. And if you ask them why, what did you do in Anambra? And you say, have you been to Anambra yourself? No, I don't have to be to Anambra. People who have been to Anambra said that he's a failure. So I don't like him, which is okay. But he's somebody who believes that. And that's something about leadership that is so lacking in that contraption, where people have to suspect you. If you appear too straightforward, you put people in an awkward position. You know, people who have been so used to being commanded or being controlled or being told what to do, whether they like it or not, sit down there and you sit. So when you see somebody who is more like a negotiator, a businessman, that will be like, let's talk about this thing. It is like a real thing in that contraption. So, and then there's something there too, where Nigerians don't like people who break things down for them. They admire from somewhere else when you see people who can break things down. They say, wow, I like that. But in a Nigerian context, right, it doesn't work that way. Okay, where you are mostly suspected of being, it's just like all of them. It's this or that. So it's that hard in such a place. But he's been so consistent in a way that if you pay attention very well, he never presented himself as a perfect person or a perfect solution to anything. It's just a breath of fresh air where he believes that if you want to have a conversation around something, right, you can possibly, right, leave your emotion, leave your biases, especially what you want to discuss. If what you want to discuss or what you are talking about affects the lives of people that can't help themselves, like you have in Nigeria today. So he's always, those who are like, I don't like him, I don't do this or that, they are those who have never really been used to seeing politicians who want to have a chat and say, let's talk about it. They prefer politicians that will tell them and say, oh, don't worry about that, we'll fix that, okay? Don't worry, I will take care of it. You don't have to tell them how. Nigerians don't really like anybody who tells them how they want to do something, because that's when they will say, that your solution cannot work. The way you are breaking it cannot work. It's Nigeria, it cannot work. But if you go to them and just say, oh, say that one, consider it done. Okay? Consider it done. Just like the likes of Thiefnubu and gang. So the random talk there is meant not to be about elections, so to say. It should have been, it was mostly about what people are going through now. That if care is not taken, you are likely never going to see that 2027. And if you probably see the 2027, you'll be too weak to even fight. So I'm looking forward to that chat after all, right? So to Edo State. In Edo State, right, in this election that is coming up in another 2 weeks, 11 days, it's even less than 2 weeks, on the 21st of September, the crisis in Labour Party created by these selfish guys whose own agenda is just about what they can gain from this what can they profit from it? Or what are they going to lose from this if they don't play their game or play their ball very well, so to say? APC, Ekbekebe, that of Thiefnubu and gang, they are much at home in a game of divide them, break them, confuse them. And before they realize what happened, the whole thing is gone. They can then cry and scream after all. Like some will tell you today, despite what all of you are facing in that contraption today, there are those that will tell you, they say it boldly, Peter Obi will never be president. Then are you trying to hold the one that is your president now? At least hold the one that is your president now. Worry less about the one that will be or will never be, right? So let's go to that Edo state where Obi himself was on the street today with their candidate as well. Here.
Don't show. Yeah, you did.
That's our president.
Dans ton mot. Dans ton mot. Dans ton mot.
Please, I'm going to check with Aisha Yusuf. She's one of my
Mama, Papa, Mama, Papa, we want to change this country. We want to change this country. So we can buy food, so we can eat, so we can are clapping for us. The truth is Papa, make me vote for Olumide Akpata. Who do you name? Thank you and God bless you. On the 21st, I'm going for Mama, Papa. Mama, Papa. Who is your guy? That's your guy, sister. You been here, yeah? You been here, yeah? Good for now. Our Papa now come now, See Peter Obi from here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Listen to me, let me tell you. On September 21, Papa, Mama.
Now, here is something you need to know. You see, there are those who want things to happen. And there are those who actually work to make things happen. One of the problems that a lot of us have, and I'll keep reminding you, we know their elections, their whatever it is a sham, or we know what it is. But they are doing something. They are doing something, right, that could either make or mar the advancement of what that evil contraption represents, especially what the APC, Ebekebe, represents. The one that you and I are screaming, we want the entire contraption broken up and broken down as much as soon as possible, because talking about election in itself seems like an insult. But you know, some of you have this, what do you call it? You have these tendencies for knowing what a solution is, right? But you do not have the tendency to make them happen. You want somebody else to do it, right? I think it was earlier today on Mayegun's Diary Politico on Facebook, okay? And somebody came and said, I think it was under a post, and the person said, these people are just wasting their time. Instead of them to go and join revolution, instead of them to start a revolution. Then another person came and said, you, what have you started? Like what? You that is typing there right now. Like which one have you actually started? Apart from wishing other people to start it or other people to do it. Like, what about you? I don't know if some of you have paid attention to that yet. You are so comfortable. I know, like I said, I know their system is so up, but they are doing something that could trigger anything and other things. Abi? Look at this moment. They still want to go and do election. They want to do election instead of them to go and start this. But you are not doing anything. Ask yourself, what have you done among all these solutions you have, right? Revolution, what do you call it? Biafra, Yoruba nation. What else that we have actually suggested? Apart from these suggestions that people suggest, like majority of you have never actually done, and you don't even have any intention of doing anything. Other than you will tell yourselves that, if it is revolution now, we join them. But no, you won't. You won't. Even if the revolution is happening next to your bedroom, some of you will never. Rather, you will actually be so perfect in judging how they started it. I don't think this revolution will work. Instead of them to have started it like on Monday, they started the revolution on Friday. Who started the revolution on Friday? That's so similar. I mean, that's so common with Nigerians. And I'm talking to you. Yes, you. When we talk about Yoruba nation, for example, let us break up Nigeria and all of that. What role have you actually really played physically in bringing about a Yoruba nation, for example? Like I know I want Yoruba nation. And I've been working in mobilizing people, bringing the ideology together and finding people of like minds, growing the number, building the number, or building the expected resources for it. I don't know how long it's going to take, but yeah, we have people who are actually like, but what have you done? What? Apart from you being on every social media, suggesting ideas, or condemning them. What have you done? Majority of you will never do anything. Okay? And it is one by one. It is always one by one. If me want Yoruba nation, you want Yoruba nation, we say, okay, you know what? Everybody that want Yoruba nations, let us come out tomorrow. We must all come out tomorrow and show these people that we want a Yoruba nation. You won't come out, but you will condemn the number of people that finally come out. See the people who want Yoruba nation. Saying like this, we could get Yoruba. You see the number of people that my people are not ready. They are not serious. These people are not serious. Is this how to get Yoruba nation? See the number. Instead of millions of people to be on the streets. I'm talking to you. You've never done anything. You've always been giving excuses why you have not joined anything. Because the people that are showing up, they are not even enough. Say this one go collect Biafra. Say like this we go collect Biafra. What have you done? So I'm not trying to chastise you. I'm just saying you should probably tone it down. When you see people who actually physically do something, even if they are going to be robbed, even if they are going to be cheated, they believe that they could use election now, wherever it is, to challenge the system. They are not just believing, they are standing up for it. You are seeing them physically. Look at them. Look at the number. See the number of people who came out that they want to do election. But you sat there on your phone, checking the number, looking at the crowd. If they use this number now to go and, if all of these people just decide to do revolution, where are you? You are nowhere. You are nowhere. You are building, what do you call it? You are actually like building an imaginary castle of what a revolution should be like. You will never even participate. That you are not even in Nigeria is not even the only reason. We've called out protests. We've called out marches all over the world. Majority of you will never participate. Ever. But you are so quick, so fast. And then sometimes you are so loud too that you'll be like, oh, see crowd. Man, I'm impressed. Yeah. Accurate timekeeper, panel of judges, and my fellow debaters. That's who you are. And you see, this mentality is so common among us, a lot of us. You will never physically participate in anything. But you want others to do it for you so that you can tell them how wow you are. Wow. Man, see crowd. But you will never participate. You won't. Anyway, I'll leave you to that. So, there they are, trying to put and push back in a system that is already rigged against them. But when you call people mumu, people that you are watching on your screen, you call them mumu because they are standing up for what they believe. You don't believe in it because you are too smart to know that it's all rigged. I can't waste my time. What exactly do you use your time for? What exactly? People stood up for Biafra. They got shot. They got killed. Right there on your phone. If you are not blaming Nnamdi Kanu, you'll be blaming the people that are following Nnamdi Kanu. Look at them. Instead of Nnamdi Kanu to do this, you will never do anything. And you are supposed to do something too. You are supposed to make yourself available too. You are supposed to join every group that you be. Everything, if you believe in something, right? The ideal thing is to join them and build the number and challenge whatever you think you want changed. I've been reading your comments, yeah. That's what most of you are so good at. So good. That's why some others are wasting their time. And you, very smart, who knows the solution, who knows that. Anyway, think about that because, yeah, I know it's all rigged. But I mean, out of all of that noise, all of that stuff, all of that crack and the rest, at least Kolu don't tell those who came from Edo State. Do you want Edo? I'll give you Edo State. Because this is the only language that typical Nigerians understand.
You know me well. Yeah. You know I must share money well. We are still going to fight further. Don't worry, we are with you. You will not walk alone. One thing I can show you is this. Do you want Edo back? Yeah! As the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I will give Edo back to you. Edo will turn to a beautiful, if not more beautiful than Lagos, will be equal to Lagos. Be assured of that.
Because that's their language in Nigeria. He has the capacity to hire the thugs, pay the professors that will change the results, intimidate those that want to come and use PVC, and everybody will cry and scream and all of that, and an incompetent thief will be forced on the people, and there will be nothing to be done. And you too, you'll be like, yes, I knew it. Maybe we told them. Mayegun, we told them. Mayegun, you have been saying it on this platform. Shut up your mouth, Jare. What have I been saying on this platform? We are talking about, if all of us knows that their charade election is indeed a waste of time, can we at least put the same number of those who don't want an elections and occupy the streets? Start a revolution. Yeah. You don't start a revolution by just expecting others to actually do it for you. Instead of them to start a revolution, what about you? Who says you can't start something? You can start something too, and all of us can follow you too. Why do you think somebody else has to do it? Even when that somebody else does it, when I will still join those who are going to mob them, lynch them, and then condemn them because they didn't do it right. They should have started it on Sunday. Yeah? We need to face these people. All of us need to go and get gun. How many of such guns have you got yourself? For real. Even within your own space and community, how many people have you actually gathered together and have a chat and say, we need to face these people and face them? How many? I'm not trying to kind of make you feel too bad. I'm just making you ask questions to say, man, you need to do more than being that judge that sits on their phones and devices telling others what to do. You could actually be the one that could change everything too. No? Here is Obi's response to that kind of a statement though. If they give you money, collect them, but please don't follow them and then, you know.
To you that I know there's hunger, there's difficulty. So everybody is tempted to collect the peanuts they give you to vote today. But remember that you are selling 4 years of bad governance. You see what we are going through in Nigeria because we compromised our future by selling our future to those who are not competent, who don't have the capacity, capability, or have the compassion to serve our state and our country. Please, do not sell your conscience. Even when they give you the money, you can collect it because it's your money. It's your money that they've taken and are giving you back. But vote not based on that money. Vote for the right candidate. Vote for a candidate that will perform. Vote for Olumide Akpata.
That was his own conclusion there, right? But let's leave Edo State. Saw a video. And there's a video of Nigerians. In fact, I'm actually going to address them as Yorubas. And it broke my heart. This is not a new video, because it seems like I've seen this video before. But it came back and it started trending again, which simply means that the problem persists. Nigeria is forcing us into modern slavery, where people are willingly asking to be trafficked. You know, usually they will say human traffickers, human trafficking is bad. Nigeria has gone bad and gone worse. For example, you see, some of us, I've had people who have said, oh my God, we need to start going after these politicians and their family. That's all you say. I have not seen any single person who has gone after these politicians and their family yet. Not a single person, but I've heard it many times, 1,000,000 times, because you are expecting other people to go and do it. You know? We should go after them. Anywhere we see them and we should go after them. But yet, now go still see them. They fight for selfie. Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Can I have a selfie with you, sir? Sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I see that all the time. I have never seen anyone that walks straight into a politician's house in Nigeria and say, oh, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die. Today, I just got myself a gun. And I'm going after this particular governor or former governor. I'm going after this and that. I'm going to make a statement. Because a lot of us are too scared, cowards, that want others to fight our battle for us. So scared that we would love others to actually do the fighting for us. So that we can then say, who sent you? In case if you don't know. When typical Nigerian says to you, we must write, we're supposed to, I don't know what is wrong with our people. When is our people going to smart up? When is our people going to wake up? All these politicians, you are supposed to teach them a lesson. You are supposed to teach their Well, you don't have intention of doing it, do you? No, you don't. Be honest, interest, Ronnie. Because I am yet to see anyone, a Nigerian, from any part, who is a victim of a failed country, approach any politician and their family and deal with them, and then damn the consequences. No? None of you want to do that, no? Somebody else should. And the criminal politicians, no. Rather than face our own fear or face these rogues, as some of you kind of, say them publicly, you rather pay somebody to traffic yourself, your sisters, your brothers, because you rather go and look for a greener pasture somewhere, where as long as, as long as you are going to be okay, your family will be all right, everybody go find their level, Jerry. But when the conversation comes around how horrible politicians are treating the people, oh, you do have opinion. We need to start going after these people. When and who should start going? You have the idea that we should be going after them. Some of you have said these things. Some people, right? They never had the intention or mind of going after politicians until they heard from some of you. Oh, it's true. It's true. We're supposed to be going after these people and their family. Show them. But you have no intention of going after anybody. No, you don't. But look at these young women who ended up in the prison, Libyan prison, in Libya, because they were promised a greener pasture in Europe, running away from their problems. And they entered the worst.
school. See our toilets. See where we are sleeping. We are suffering. Nigerian people, we are suffering. And our president is collecting 1,300, 1,500 from us, and he's doing nothing. We need your help. Our help. We are going to boss this place because all other nationalities are running away. But we Nigerians, we stay calm because we want to defend our country. We want to protect our name. We want to protect our country, Nigeria. Yes. Yes. So now, if we are not taking any step, we are going to take a step forward. We are going to take a step forward. We are begging you guys now to please talk to Mary. The moment is not ready. Our health. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Look at this baby now. We from president to here.
Inside Libya prison, they are shouting freedom. Other countries are going. We are protecting our Nigeria country. We need freedom. Inside rebel-held prison in Libya, some of them have been raped. That they've had kids inside prison. That's not even like a normal prison. Now rebels who captured them. From Agadez to Libya, those who are crossing the desert, they ended up in the hands of those people. In prison. That's not even prison. That's like in captivity, sort of. Same mentality. We need to fight for our right. Which right? Which freedom? You did prison, guys. Get yourselves out of that place. Detention camps, where they are calling their families back home to send money. That they said they will release them. Now, your parents or your family members send money from Nigeria. You give the money to the Libyan terrorists that kidnapped you. They release you. As you walk out of the gate of the detention camp, another group capture you again. They lock you. They put you in another detention camp. You call your family and say, they have captured me again. All because we are running away from the terrorists. We are running away from the political criminals in Nigeria, looking for greener pasture. We can't face them. We cannot face those who make our life miserable. We want to run away, then we ended up in the hands of terrorists. The Arab terrorist. That is the situation of our people. And it is so crazy, right? That this morning, right, I shared this video before Wala started.
The elders say there are 3 categories of madness. There's the one who is mad, walking about naked. And they said that's the lowest category of madness. Why? Because if you are walking along the street and you see that fellow coming, you move to the other side. That one is easy to avoid. Category 2 is the one that is fully dressed. I mean, 3-piece suit. Some of them riding in the Rolls Royce. And yet, they are crazy. Just one of them demonstrated his craziness, and the economy of the world crashed. And we have PhD and still be mad. Some who are apostles by title, and they are crazy. And there are many of them now on YouTube. And all you need to do is say a word, and you silence them. The category 3, the worst type of madness, according to the elders, is the one who pays attention to a madman. A madman is dancing, and you are watching. You are category.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi.
Now, it's a take us wahala on Mayegun's Diary Political on Facebook this morning be that. And a question I ask, Adeboye, which category be you belong to? Boom. The brainwashed religious slaves of Nigeria, they swooped on me. And you know me, sir, me go gbadun. Gbogbo alajo gbadun, Atadeboye atẹ́bí gbogbo gbadun. You know? You this Mayegun, how can you be, how dare you be asking Adeboye which category of madness is it belong to? So I'm just asking a question. Because obviously he's also a madman. Why would you say that? Do you want God to destroy you? Eh? Do you want, you don't know that he's a man of God. I say, a man of God. And that will bring me to this one. The level of lunacy and madness in Nigeria, like Adeboye put it, is in different categories. I don't know how many categories. I know that of a category of the lunatics in Nigeria who are actually projecting their fear on everyone. And they believe, projecting their fear will actually change things the way they are projecting it. You know what I mean? When people will tell you and say, if I curse you, if I curse you, your generation to generation, they curse you down and curse who? I bet you are with sir. You were raised, right, to live your life in fear of men like you. And a lot of you have projected that on others. And you become so mad and angry when they tell you that, no, I don't give a damn about your useless Nigerian God. How can you call God useless? You this Mayegun, you better watch your mouth. If I don't watch my mouth, what's going to happen? Tell me, what's going to happen? You know, God can just destroy you. How? What's your God going to do? He's going to kill me to prove to you that he's a very powerful God. Or what is your God going to do to me? To show to you that he is a powerful God, the one you are so scared. You're so scared that when you see guy men like Adeboye, who lived all his life scamming people, defrauding people, and then projecting fears in their lives. What is your God going to do to me? Because I've observed something, in case some of you haven't already, and I'm going to let you probably see through it now. I'm a Yoruba man, and we have something called respect, which most of the time people never hand them. Okay? If you have money, there are people who believe that automatically. Anybody that talks to you anyhow, you could use your money to make their lives miserable. So if I turn around and I am like, Yeah, I didn't bring out my costume here. I was quickly dressed like a babalawo now. So I go do like babalawo and I will just, recite some, offer the rest of that. Does that then mean that you'll be afraid of me? Because if I say something will happen to you right now, it will happen, Abi, you believe that. Eh? To the point that similar way that people are now sort of defending bad behaviors. They are defending criminals like drug dealers, certificate forgers, treasury looters. And then these same mentally disturbed people. I have seen some of these cretins take a critique of the likes of Thiefnubu, a drug dealer. Say, Thiefnubu is a drug dealer. How can you say that? You are insulting Yorubas for calling Thiefnubu a drug dealer. Is he not a drug dealer? So because you are a Yoruba man, suddenly drug dealing is not bad. So anybody that calls Thiefnubu a drug dealer is insulting Yoruba. Are Yorubas drug dealers? I mean, I found myself in that quagmire today. And I'm like, I'm going to talk about this. Where people say, there was this video of one Afa in Ibadan killing people and selling their body parts for rituals. So the video made it to the internet. The person that posted the video is a Yoruba man from Ibadan that witnessed it. And as everybody is doing, hey, Allahu Akbar, Jesus Christ, Shonkwano, Ayo, Eledumare, Kunle Abiyamo, the kneeling down of a mother, stuff like that. Others just took offense. They said the person that posted the video is trying to tarnish the image of Yoruba. Maybe the person is doing it because he needed, he's poor. When did it become the right thing to kill people and sell body parts because you are poor? And when did that become something that a Yoruba man will feel offended? That they are exposing ritualists, human skull miners, kidnappers, organ traffickers, organ harvesters. When did the Yorubas become people who have to defend that? Or my whole head was like spinning like that. Like, what the heck? So if I share somebody who have done something so bad, as a Yoruba man, I'm not supposed to expose a Yoruba who is a criminal. That will make me what? A very bad Yoruba that is tarnishing the image of Yoruba. What the heck? We have gotten to that stage. There are people who don't want to actually condemn bad behavior anymore. They are condemning those exposing them. Because according to them, exposing this bad behavior is to ridicule Yoruba, to make Yoruba look bad. Yoruba and the rest of you in Nigeria are already looking bad. You are bad, 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 bad. If you have a chance of exposing the rot in your own tribe or your own ethnic nationality, do it. So why should anybody defend them and take offense and say the person selling human parts? What about the people killed whose body parts have been sold like meat or ritual? Like, what about them? They are mostly Yorubas too. So we've gotten to that stage. And I don't think it is normal. I call it mental disorder. A mental disorder whereby people would rather cover up the bad behavior because they don't want their tribe to look bad. Is it the only Yorubas that are doing money ritual? Is it the only? Papa, you demand, dini? That you feel offended. There are people who are actually killing people. Exposing them makes Yoruba look bad. So it's better we give excuses for them. Drug dealing. The moment I saw people, just some of them even living abroad. They took offense when somebody says Thiefnubu is a druggie. They are defending Thiefnubu, drug dealer. Drug dealer, drug. Heroin, cocaine, drug. Somebody is taking offense that they call Thiefnubu drug dealer. Because Thiefnubu is a Yoruba. So drug is a, what do you mean? You are insulting Yoruba for calling Thiefnubu a drug dealer. No, you are not. You are just a madman who believes that you can use that same projection, okay, of covering all these bad behaviors so that you can look good. Look good to who? So I call it mental disorder. People are looting treasury, denying children proper education, quality education, denying our people quality health care. But you are offended that such people are being outed, they are being exposed. Because it's going to tarnish the image of Igbo. It's going to tarnish the image of the Igbo. It's going to tarnish the image of Hausa. It's going to tarnish the image of Christians. It's going to spoil the name of Muslims. And you don't think that's a mental disorder. So those of you who are very much so comfortable in that category, because now when you open your mouth or when you type, you will know the kind of person you are. We are lunatic with the How dare you defend criminals because they are from your tribe, from your ethnic? Yeah? No. I have to be offended. Me be offended because they arrested drug dealers, human traffickers, skull miners. I should be offended when I should actually be so happy that such people exist around me and I didn't know. I should be excited. You should be excited when the criminals and the atrocities are being mentioned, even if they are from if they are a member of your family. So they are forcing down that on all of us now. Don't talk like that. Eh? If you join them to condemn your people, have you seen them condemn their own people? If you ever take offense, see, when people who are doing wrong things are exposed, and you take offense, that's why I said that it is actually a mental disorder. We have gotten to that stage. Maybe when we start talking about it like this, yeah. I have had people who come to my Egun's Diary Politico and said, I am posting bad things. I am saying bad things about Yoruba leaders. Looters are your leaders. Dream killers are your leaders. Destiny killers are your leaders because they are Yoruba. Ritualists are your people because they are Yorubas. Kidnappers are your people because they are what? They are Fulani or they are what? God damn it, man. It can only be mental disorder. It can only be. Nothing, no more, no less. Continue to disparage your tribe and let the Igbo people be laughing. The Igbo people are laughing, Abi. They are laughing because you are exposing your Ìwà ìbàjẹ́ and dowobo because you don't want to look bad. You don't want to look bad when you are already so bad. It can only be mental disorder. You know, doctor, it can only be mental disorder. Kole normal. Thiefnubu is a drug dealer, heroin trafficker. Baba heroin o, kì í ṣe tablet o. Now cook, then they cook heroin o. Abo kì í wo film. I should be offended. Somebody called an heroin trafficker. I should be offended. When ritualists are caught with human heads, I should be offended. I should protect them. Because it's not good for the non-Yorubas to be laughing or to be seeing this evil. God damn it, man. That is my own conclusion. It can only be mental disorder. And we must stop it. We must. One person will come every day. Do you think all this thing you are doing, do you think the Igbo people will do the same thing to their leaders? I should actually feel bad that non-Yorubas are seeing all the atrocities of either Yoruba or whether you are Igbo, whether you are this or on Mayegun's diary political. Because I'm a Yoruba man, I should tell all of you everything is fine. Adeboye is a man of God. Thiefnubu is not a drug dealer. And who else is there? I should show respect. Don't you have home training? And stuff like that you people actually really say. Like, do you really think of these things before you say them on social media? It can only be mental disorder. It's almost a competition for them. You know? And wherever you see anything bad, wrong, the ideal thing for you is to expose it before you become a victim too. Because you will become a victim. That's how the society runs. If you see bad thing and you look away, because speaking about them will make you, your tribe, or your religion look bad. Somebody said, I know you hate Christians. I said, how? By exposing the fraud. That automatically makes me hate Christians. We know you don't have any, you don't like all the Muslims. How? By exposing this bedsheet wearing Islamic terrorist. Automatically makes me somebody who hates the Muslims, right? How? You would rather just keep quiet as a Muslim than condemn a bad behavior. You would rather just let us pray than to condemn the bad behavior of those who are Christians. I don't understand. Okay, I do understand. It is mental disorder. Projecting, projection. Children can't grow up to see people like you have that passed down to them. Don't pass this down to your children. Please raise children that can actually have critical thinking, emotional intelligence, who can separate and differentiate what is bad from what is good, and condemn what is bad, and appraise what is good. No matter whose tribe, religion, or what goddamn thing you come from. And I think that should be the right thing. Because you will become you will become a victim of all that society, the society that these criminals are creating. One day, you will.
first advice would be to government. This idea, this arm twisting and high-handedness, similar to the days of the military that they all ran away for and they want to forget, and telling us that the worst form of democracy is better than the best form of military rule, they should not allow Nigerians to remember those days. And if I were to advise Mr. President, I'll tell him candidly, people are hungry. It is hunger that is giving rise and vent to people to talk and abuse you and do whatever they want to do. If you address the price differentials, you address the lack of infrastructure in the system, people naturally, like the NSC had said, would naturally sing your praises and stand on your mandate, even those people that ordinarily would not want to stand with you. Food prices are not standing with him. The fuel price is not standing with him. The electricity prices are not standing with him. And so what is standing with you? The people ordinarily, even those who campaigned for you, who supported you before the election, now are ashamed to even speak out to say, yes, we'll stand with your mandate. And I'm twisting and arresting people. The security operatives, no matter what name they are called, should be civil. If you should serve arrest. They will serve reminders. EFCC will serve you reminder that we served the previous one. The SFU, police, will serve you a reminder, even though they will not tell you why they're inviting you, but they will serve you a reminder. So I see no reason why DSS should not be serving reminder. You just invade people's offices and you're looking for what's not there. You can serve there are processes, there are civil processes in a democratic dispensation of arresting or inviting a suspect. And then, in most cases, you and I know that in other societies, before you are even arrested, they would have concluded their investigation. So once you are arrested, you are confronted. EFCC does this thing. You are confronted with a barrage of documents to answer. And so they are already prepared to go to court. But here, you find the DSS and the police, they will arrest you and while they are fishing for evidence. At the end of the day, when the person is in detention, the evidence that they are looking for would have been destroyed. And so at the end of the day, it is just mere arrest and nothing is heard of it until the next arrest. And then the people will shout and say, what did he do? He didn't do anything. The last time you arrested him, there was nothing to show. But when EFCC arrests someone in some cases, nobody will shadow he's just been arrested, because when that person comes out, he will tell you, oh yes, it was an allegation of so and so, but I've been able to clear myself. So Serap, as we speak, also Serap should go to court. Or they are already in court. They have a number of cases. Last time I was at the Federal Court in Abuja, they had more than 10 cases. One lawyer had more than 10 files on many issues against the federal government. But I also my advice also will go to the judges. Now, people are saying that the last hope of the common man is now becoming the only hope of politicians, which is the court. And so the judges should dispense justice without favor, irrespective of whose horse is gold. And someday, this judgment would be obeyed. This government can decide not to obey them today, but someday, a Pharaoh will come that does not know Moses, that will obey this judgment. So, court, I will not sit down here as a lawyer and say, let us, match force for force. No, I still believe in the wind.
Don't believe. Keep it to yourself, whatever that belief is. I've overshoot my time again. I actually really want to take calls today. I wanted to rant, and I vented my anger there, like, why? I used to be like that all the time for like hours, but yeah, I'll take a break. Okay? And now open the line. I will open the line. Let's have a chat. It's your turn. But if you really have to go now, please take a moment and like the broadcast before you do that. But if you have something to say too, grab the phone and call in. I will be back in a minute. Baba, you they speak it tongue. Welcome back. So I have my first caller on the line, and that must be Ahmed. Is that you?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now name.
Mala Mayegun Yagaki.
Yaya de alhamdulillah. Yaya aiki yaya mata.
Lafiya kalau kana nan lafiya.
Lafiya kalau alhamdulillah.
Sannu.
That's Ahmed. How are you today, Baba?
Mayegun, I did fine. Waiting they happen now.
I just do, it's been a while.
These 2 days we won't talk, pick call.
I know, I just have so much to say. And before
how your body now?
I'm getting together. I'm still so skinny. I checked myself in the bathroom today. I was like, God damn it.
Me self then say I do small because I lose weight.
If I be like you, I'll be happy to do. But if you are like me, I swear.
Baba, if I do that, wahala you.
Really?
If I do you.
Okay then. So don't joke then. So we'll back at the again. Yeah?
Yeah, that's so now. How far now, Baba?
I just do, Baba. I just do. Thank you so much for calling.
He get one day where you talk for here. The day where you come back, where you been the talk. He get where they talk about Bello Tuji.
Right.
So you can't showing weapon.
Oh, that's AR-15 or something.
No be even AR self.
That wasn't even AR-15, Abi. What was that?
No be even AR caliber. That one M4 cabin and fully fitted M4 cabin.
Right.
M4 cabin, MK4, all those kind of weapons like that, but now fully fitted. Everything, the CCOs, everything they okay. So not even that one
in the hands of just anyone.
No. It's just a normal weapon, but those weapons, like their range, they get like effective range of about 1,300 or so, and their maximum is about 600, 550, 600. So I mean, they get effective range past AK. AK is around about 300 to 400. You understand? So I was like talking about something like that, and one guy in the comment section, because he see my name, I write Abu Mujahid. They will record, they say, how do you know all this? Now I think Fatai Musba will call the reply. Right. He can't say your name looks scary. Money chauffeur shuri buni name because I put Abu Mujahid. I be really.
Now so that you know how they wire our brain these days now.
Like how does my name, because I put Abu Mujahid, go and look Arabic Baba Mujahid. That is the mean Abu Mujahid Baba She wiri ni yati. They will record the talk. I say everybody wiri. You know this one it just come new for this house. Abu Mujahid. Since that day I been want to talk. I say be me to if to say you been called that day for insult them no be small because I hate.
You don't get your chance now and you don't insult.
I hate when people talk that way. Like that's so stupid. That's not what we do here. You don't judge people by their name or whatever. No. There are people here that come in
exactly
by your character. You understand? Not by name. People can bear whatever name they want to bear. That's their business. Yeah, but what you do, who you are, is what we want. Not
tells us more about
name.
You, and we are interested in that.
Exactly. So me, I know, understand. I know send that name a normal thing. So if you did hear me, make you call it. Now I want to talk about this with this Alpha Baba Jingir. Yeah, Jingir. You hear it? You post the video now. I've been seeing for your
on top Facebook. Now the man that said that some saboteurs are the ones who are making Thiefnubu's government look bad. Thiefnubu didn't even know anything about this. They cornered the Igbos.
Mayegun, I made a video and I posted it on TikTok. I can't say if them burn anybody papa well, come here, come defend your malam.
Yep.
Pẹ̀lú malam, pẹ̀lú baba tó bí ẹ, máa gbé gbogbo yín ṣépè ni. I will carry on, máa gbé yín ṣépè ni straight. One idiot thing come, but the people with the comment section, they don't chop them raw. They don't chop them raw because themselves they're the para. With waiting that man talk. People they suffer.
I actually saw Northerners who are so angry too. What the heck,
people
man?
are
What did they
suffering.
worry this man now?
Did you know that?
That was where I got the interpretation of what he was saying before I choose to post it. You know, when people started reacting, I was like, even if Northerners are mad, and he say this waiting this man they talk is really, really unacceptable with that too. I can't go look for what waiting they talk. I can't hear him.
This guy lives in Jos. There is someone that told me, he said all the houses surrounding this guy's house in Jos, he has bought almost all the houses
from all this blood money now. Exactly. That is getting left, right, and center.
This man lives in Jos, and these are the people that makes it that fuel the crisis.
The tribal rhetorics and the divisions.
All this, because always you keep saying kupagane ba kafiran nan fa suna gaba da Muslim ticket. Like, who is still talking about Muslim ticket in this situation that the country is in? If not a useless human being. Like, people are suffering. People are not even looking about the religion. They're not even thinking about the religion.
Nobody is even thinking about religion anymore.
Nobody even thinking about religion, or the hardship is not looking at you if you're Muslim or Christian, if you're Hausa or Yoruba or whatever. The hardship doesn't care.
No.
And the people make you to go through it, they don't care. And these are the same people you are calling people kafirei. Meanwhile, the people who are the main kafirei, who are acting like kafireis, people who will go and repair borehole, 25 borehole for 1.2 billion. And you are still there calling people kafirai. Wai saboda Allah wannan wani irin rashin hankali ne, kuna da malamai amma kaf malaman ku suna abu kaman mahaukata. Suna abu kaman tsinannu. Kullun suna kawo wanga division din, kullun suna gaya muku arna kafiri su uban waye ne kafirin in ba kafirin da su suke zuwa suna zuwa wurin su suna maula ba. Duk ba sun zama ƴan maula ba. Dan tsinanniyan malamin jingir dan shegiya, dan tsinanniyan da yake maganan cewar kafirai, dan kutumar uban shi ba wurin kafiran yake ba, wurin barayin da suke wahalar da ku kullun da kullun ba wurin su yake zuwa yana maula ba. Gidajen da suke just around area shi dan kutumar ubansa duk ba ya gama su siyan gidajen ba. Amma yau ya dawo dan shegiya yana ga muku kafirai. Waye kafiri kamar wanda yake zuwa yana maula wurin su? Kaga ko ashi kafirai, ashi asalin kafiri. Saboda babu kafirin da zai ringa ganin abin da mutane suke, mutane na cikin irin wannan wahalan, amma kana kiran mutane kafirai suna gaba da muslim ticket. Uban waye muslim ticket din ta taimaka? Me muslim ticket ta ma mutane in ban da tsinannu, kuma za a samu matsiyata ƴaƴan shegu tsinannin da za su biye me, za su dinga cewa Allah biya malam, suna kafara, suna Allahu akbar, malam kai gaskiya, Allah ya kai malamin, wannan malamin in bai wasa ba wuta, ƴan gaban wuta kenan, ƴan jahannama kenan, wa'innan malaman ƴan jahannama kenan. In ban da hauka da rashin hankali mutum ka fito ana ci wannan halin, ana wai ka ce wai Tinubu bai san an ƙara kuɗin mai ba, in ban da kai dan jahila ne, kai dan jaka cikin jakan ma jaki, asalin jaki. Haba da Allah, wannan hauka ne. Da Allah ya kamata ku yi hankali, wannan kwata-kwata ba yi bane. Ya kamata duk waɗanda suka san malaman nan ku je ku jawo musu kunne, ya kamata ku ja musu kunne. Wannan ba yi bane, wannan embarrassment ne, wallahi embarrassment ne. Kuma za su ci gaba da embarrassing naku. Wannan me haka? Saboda Allah, Tinubu is the Minister of Petroleum fa. Tinubu is your Minister of Petroleum. To ya za ya ce muku Tinubu bai san an ƙara, an yi increasing kuɗin mai ba. In ban da rashin hankali, kuma akwai wanda za su bi maganar shi. Ai malam yayi magana, uban shi malaman ya ci uwa shi, dan shegiya.
Ahmed,
thank
you so much. You should have a good one. I mean, in another time, I would have asked Ahmed to please interpret for us, right? But it's practically just had to say that to those who are Jingiri's supporters too. Like, who is the enemy of Nigeria? Who is the people? Who are those who are making decisions for Thiefnubu? Are they not the same people that promise you this? Who is even talking about Muslim tickets anymore? So to say. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, General.
Good evening to you, Baba. How are you today?
I'm cool, and you?
Well, I'm very well. Getting better. Getting there.
Okay. I guess you forgot. from Port Harcourt, calling from Port Harcourt.
Yeah,
Payasa.
I mean, it's you, Dan, right?
Yeah.
Daniel.
One time.
I know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us. Again, you have somehow cracked the code of getting through. While some people are still wondering, how is it so difficult for me to get through to my Egun? But you have constantly been getting through. Dan, so how is Port Harcourt today?
Port Harcourt is fine, but
Same old.
but some areas like in GRA, the so-called GRA area is being some parts.
Anyway,
it's a shame that
please.
Yeah. There is one thing I was hearing you when you were talking about the court judge something, and you flashed the video of the Arise report. So I and my friend, while I was bobbing my head today, something still happened in Harcourt here. Someone went to go and pull in a place where he shouldn't pull, and they caught the person. You know, this area where they caught the person, and it was an innocent person. And they're trying to, when police coming in to charge them to court, and they were begging them that please now should not take them to court. The guy that was innocent, that I know that he's innocent, and he was like telling the policeman that how much the policeman was charging him seriously because he knew that I have some money, so he want to leave this thing and go to the court. And the guy was like, no, I cannot go to the I can't go to the court. If I go to the court, man, I will not have a fair judgment, because the police will put an allegation, and the person that is holding responsible for that, you just imagine, because of a poor and not just minor issue, and then they also to us, I don't know what they want to do with the guy. Then this other guy is very rich, and they have the police and Babi Maiti. So, and this the person involved was telling me that I should leave it to, because if you go to police, you go to court now, this guy will use money and settle everything, and he will end up in prison or end up where he shouldn't be. So I just sit down and I say, oh man, our court now it have gotten to this level that we don't form of confidence that we go to the court, we have a fair judgment. So that's what I just concluded. What kind of system is this? That means we are just living in an animal world, or so-called what the Bradford has said, that we are living in zoo. That anything can happen to any person. Nobody will question anybody for what's happening. So I got sober about this whole thing, because I know that in other countries, like in this kind of this judge matters, they do handle big cases, like they defend the poor, or they make the law to be equal, make everybody be equal before the law. But I don't know why.
It doesn't matter. So your cases are judged
I don't know why.
But not in Nigeria. It is always for the highest bidder. You know that.
Yeah, and this thing, this is just a minor situation. But this thing has been happening all over. So many innocent people have been found in the prison. So many innocent souls have been found in the prison. And there's one thing, okay, let's just drop that aside. My major reason of my video content is that, why I'm calling is that the so-called protest that we all did, and it's like the president does not want to even listen don't even do anything.
No, doesn't give a damn. Now the price, the petroleum has increased further now. So let's see what you're gonna do. That's what he is saying now.
See, I don't even know. I don't know what's going to happen now. Because if these protests have come and gone like this, and this man is at it and increasing things are getting, as in price of things they're rising up every day by day. As in, I don't understand. And I want to ask, what's the reason why his special advisor or his advisor maybe resigned? Why is he resigning?
Well, it was actually sacked.
Yeah.
but to give him a soft landing. So from this, they said he pleaded that they should let him resign and call it leave of absence. Yeah, done. Anyway, thank you so much, Joe. I'm going to say thank you so much for joining us again this evening. Oh, hang on. Oh dear, that's kind of like messed up anyway. So yeah, thanks so much, Dan, for joining us. Thanks so much, Jeff, for joining us to Ahmed. The line is still pretty much right there, open for everyone. Hang on, this one is my fault. Let me see if I can get it set together. Yeah, let's hope that works. Hello.
Hello, Mayugo himself.
Hello, sir. How are you?
We're happy to see you back now. You look so healthy. Hello, Mayugo himself.
Hello, sir.
We're happy that you are okay.
Go into another room.
Yeah, I want to talk briefly on the Edo State election.
Please.
Yeah, Ada Soshomole is trying to package a fail for Edo State. Just the way they package Thiefnubu for Nigeria, now this is what we are going to. The way they package Buhari, I mean, that's the way
Buhari to Thiefnubu now. That's almost what is going on now.
Yeah, you see the person is packaging for Edo State. Say mistakenly say they're going to give insecurity to Edo State.
Did you see that?
I don't know. I thought Then, you know, as a Somali, we are for the same place. We speak the same language.
Is it not from Uromi?
Esako. Now we speak Ogbo or Kuno. Yeah. So I want to talk to our people from Esako because they say Somali did road, he do this, he do that. That is not his money that he used to do those things when he was a governor. No. He used the government money to do it. And what he did was not even enough. And this is what people are looking because he's from Esako. Esako people are standing for him. The deputy governor that was removed by Governor Paseke, he's from Esako as well. We speak the same language. We are from the same place. Yes, Abu, we are the same place. So I want to talk to our people. Even Jared Tenebe, you saw Jared Tenebe that said that those people cannot even buy top up their
APC chairman. So they don't get money to watch a DSTV. They are so poor.
We are from the same place. We speak Esako together. So this bunch of people are disgrace to Esako. And I know I'm not the only Esako person that is listening to you. A lot of Esako people are listening to you as well. So I want to speak to our people.
Go ahead, sir.
Not to listen to this Oshomole and Jale Tinebe. Apemandeka. He came on again at Gumbieva.
Go on.
Oshomole, they give Jale Tinebe. They are the representatives I call. They are my middle Yamaga, they were Mineralu. So, all you know, no matter what Yama, the man are voting now. If I have voted no yan here with Gwelly, was open my meal and the Putana. Oh, I'm a middle there. I don't remember much Ruyama. So if I have a dog that also body, Obisama Rokida, Emiro can you on your vote now, if I have voted now. If I have voted, you know your vote now. Oshomori, or me a chair, Nakim Yetakogwa. You talk at a couple, or okay, do my again. I gave Nugenia. So, okay, you about you said to rock that. You only said to knock cry about kid or with a conatema. My again. What do my jekbo? So, what I'm saying is this: if you go to Esako now, most of our road, erosion has carried all the roads. We don't have road to go to our houses. So somebody said he was a governor for 8 years. He's a senator now. Which road has he done for us to go to our houses where we don't have any single road? It's a bunch of disgrace to Esako. I'm not happy. Esako people are not happy with him. So we should not vote because of somebody will give you money to buy food. The food you can just eat for only 1 day or 2 days, and you start all guys will start hammering at you again. So my good, that's what I want to say. I speak
bless
to our people with our language.
I know, I love it. I love how you actually went for that. And indeed, it was so like concise and precise. I love it. Thank you so much, okay, for calling in, Baba.
Yeah.
You should have a good one yourself. Hmm?
Yeah.
So I have another caller on the line, and I want to say, if you are still watching and you are almost about going to bed yourself or leave us or something, just make sure that you like the broadcast before you did that, okay? Here is another caller. Hello.
Hello, Mayagu.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Welcome back. Welcome back home.
Thank you.
How are you and your and the kids and your wife?
We are thankful, you know. I mean, we can't complain. Thank you so much.
Okay, this is Paul calling from Belgium again.
Hello. Good to hear from you again, Baba. Thank you. Please.
Yeah. The program was well presented.
Thank you.
Thank you for your effort and for your hard working in presenting the zoo as it is. You see, I don't think these religious people and the way they present their religion, there are a lot of things to learn from the scriptures.
That's right.
They will leave what they are to preach. Jesus told them that what they need to preach is Christ and Him only, not preaching any other thing. But they will leave that and be preaching something else. It's a pity that those people they call elders, they are no longer. They are, in fact, no Gen Z will respect them because of their attitude and nonchalant behaviors.
Their
you know,
irresponsibility. They do not want to take responsibility. They just want to tell you that, you know, I'm an elder. Respect me. You have to respect me. I say, hey, I've respected you enough, okay? But you need to earn it. If you continue to behave in this irresponsible manner, you will lose all the respect that we kind of still have for you. And they are losing them back. They are losing them.
That even the one that is trying to correct them, somebody like Abel Damena, for instance, Abel Damena is trying to put some certain things straight, telling them that what they have been preaching is not the gospel.
No.
And in fact, most times they call such people rebel. They want to tag him. And that's why he was describing 3 categories. When Daddy Freeze came into the media to say that Jesus never paid tithe, he was correct.
Yes.
And the apostles never paid tithe, he was correct. And that you can drink alcohol is written there in the Bible, that's also correct.
Very correct.
You know, but because people don't read their Bible, these are according to, sky daddies, according to,
The one they always threaten us with. If once you say something they don't like, they will tell you that their sky daddy will kill you or destroy your life. One even told me today that if I don't watch my mouth, I should see what will happen to my children. I was like, what?
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
See your children will grow up and be so. I said, what? Is that how you guys actually live your lives?
Nothing will happen. Nothing. Anyway, you see, a lot of people's eyes are blinded, so, and their heart is also blinded. So it's very difficult to convince a lot of people on the media, telling them, look, this is the experience I had when I was there, but they will not hear until when they go to the grave. Probably that's when they will hear, So that's a part. Now, you see, Nigeria, the way it is and the structure they have put in place. When the Bible says that a blind cannot lead the blind.
No.
If a blind leads the blind, both will fall into the ditch.
That's right.
So, and who are those blind people? The number one blind people are those leaders. Now, and they are so lawless because lawlessness starts from the leader. So they are so lawless that they have passed on giving the baton to their citizens to be lawless also. And that's why the police people, in fact, the police people are even worse than the armed robbers, because an armed robber can pity you if you give him your access and everything.
Yes.
And why police people are trying to, both the police, the military, the navy, in fact, there are many, even national road transport workers now stay on the road to extort money from people because they have nothing to do. Anyone working in the government, they are just busy doing nothing. Everyone working in the Nigerian sector of government, every area, institution
I call
of
them pickpockets. Those who are always like willing and all that to take advantage of you and pick your pockets.
They are busy doing nothing. Include that also rock, the also rock and the Thiefnubu and his gangs. Those people are just there busy doing nothing. All they do is wake up in the morning, drink coffee. In fact, their constitution stipulates that the president has an hour, the day, the hours he starts his work and ends his work. But those rules are not observed. No. The Senate, the same thing. They have number of years they can sit. But that number of days, in a month, they don't even do it. In a year, they don't complete it. And yet they extort, make bogus bad budgets and all those kind of stuff, you know. So Nigeria has no remedy, honestly speaking.
I mean, isn't it obvious? You know?
Nigeria has no remedy.
And that's why they are mostly relying on projections. So once they say, they will tell you that Nigeria will be great. You say, how? I mean, if anything is going to be great, right? You must try to see some factors and say, if things continue like this, so man, this place will be great. Oh, how could anybody look at what is going on in that place and say, God will make Nigeria great one day? Come on, that's blasphemy. Because God is not a magician. You can't be destroying something structurally and policy and all of that, right? And then expect God to turn it around. How? How?
No, God is out of the equation. You know, it's like somebody saying what God cannot do does not exist. There are many things God will not. Yeah, there are many things God cannot do. God created.
The way I understand this is that indeed for the faithful ones, right? They believe that there's nothing God cannot do. But there are many things God can do, but he will not do it. Because you have to do it.
Even from the very first book of the Bible, Genesis, when God made man, he breathed upon man, and he took man, and he put man in the Garden of Eden.
That's right.
Right? Now, that Garden of Eden, he put the man. God would have asked the man not to do anything. But the very first thing he told the man is, keep it and dress it. God is not going to keep it and dress it for you.
You would have to.
So, and there are a lot of things similar. Say, for instance, God created man, put man on earth, gave man the wisdom. The man built the plane, build a ship, build television, build that mic that you are using.
That's right.
And everything in that studio, it's man that made it. God didn't make it, but God gave man the wisdom to do it.
He gave man this, give us this brain, right?
So that is where it's like somebody coming to say that God created Nigeria. God never created Nigeria. It's the British people that created Nigeria. And that is very obvious. That's obvious. And you are saying God created Nigeria. Yes. Okay. You that is, you see, our people don't reason. God created Nigeria. United Kingdom colonized US. So why is US different from Nigeria? Why couldn't you do exactly what the US did? You know, so you see, most times our people don't reason. That's our main problem. They don't reason, they don't think. And like you rightly said, when people are doing something evil, if you talk, they say, shut up.
Yeah.
Because it's an elderly person.
And if you don't shut up, they will say that God is going to come and deal with you. I say, no, it won't. No. Say, okay, watch out. You will see. You will see what will happen to you. Baba, I have people, right, who are still watching who are still seeing me today. They are still waiting for something evil to happen to me so that they can say, all these things I have done, all this while, all the elders, all the church, all these pastors I've spoken about, they are waiting for something to happen to me to now say it is God that is now dealing with me because of all of that. How can people live their life that way?
Man, you see, man is prone to fear. Man is, God made man like that. Take for instance, even those people, those pastors like Adiboye, for instance, Kumuyi, Ayakilomi, mention all of them. Now, where they are now, if they hear a sudden sound in their own building, they will panic.
They will.
Because they are they are humans. So why should somebody threaten you? If you are really serving a God and you know the God you are serving, you should be able to. That's why Jesus told you, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. Now, let's leave the religious this thing apart. Now, concerning these leaders in Nigeria, for instance, why are they so quick to go to the National Assembly and make laws? Why can't they make law that any politician who has served either 4 years or 8 years shouldn't hold any political office or whatever, in order to cover up this corruption and everything that is? How can one person stay in office after 8 years, you stay for another, say for instance, if you're a governor, they should make laws forbidding people after being a governor, you can't come to the National Assembly or Senate or House of Assembly or Senate. Yes, you should make such laws to stop all this menace of proliferation of offices and so on and so forth. You know, jumping from one.
They turn to desperados.
If you finish as a minister now, you start looking for another appointment, in another direction, political this or that. What rubbish is that?
And they will do anything to get them, even if they have to kill people.
Passing bills that are favorable to them, but not quick to pass bills that will stop the menace of what they are doing, like all this making laws that will clamp down on these judges that give the kind of judgment.
Judgment, exactly. Corrupt judgments.
Yes.
They are throwing the system into more chaos. You go sit down now, you wake up tomorrow morning, one judge don't deliver one judgment, that you'll be asking yourself, like, why would anybody give such judgment? Because it's Nigeria.
Thank you for the effort you are making, because not everybody can do what you are doing. So may the Lord strengthen you and keep you. You know, nothing is great. God lost the people who say the truth, so nothing will happen.
Nothing. I know. Thank you so much. Okay, I appreciate this, Baba. And then my regards, okay, to everyone as well.
Yeah, take care and go.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I know I've said this before, like Paulo said, right? If you read about if you are a Christian, if you take your time and read your Bible for real, you are going to be a rebel. Or you're going to be a rebel. So many things that they have projected on people. They are just projection, the fear of the individuals who wants to control you. So they project their fear on you, and then you own it. And that's how they own you. You get what I mean? But there are so many of us that if you actually really read that Bible, if you read the Quran, for real, you're going to be a rebel. You're going to be a Mayegun. Hello.
Yeah, Mayegun, good evening.
Good evening, sir. I believe that's Adeza. Is that you?
Yes, so my brother.
Adeza from Edinburgh. Oh, I don't miss you like I miss everyone else, though. How are you tonight?
Yeah, so happy to hear your voice again.
It's a pleasure.
I'm good.
Thank you.
How's your head? How's your head today?
I just need my body back. Man, I was already back in the Adeza, right? I was already doing like, I was looking forward to the time that all of you will be like, Mayegun, can you put your shoulder down? I'll be like, no, I didn't put it up. That's how it is now. You know, it's always like this now. But damn it, I ended up in a surgery that will take me time to recover.
Mike, we have to give us a number that we can reach you, cannot reach you directly on the platform like this, because some of us were so concerned. That, you know, I was even in Glasgow. I said, I wish I knew your house. Let me come and check. I can't hear from you. What is happening?
I'm so sorry.
So we thank God that you are back on your feet.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you so much.
We wish you quick recovery.
Thank you. Please.
Yeah, let me start with from the message yesterday of a failed comedian, Yinka, you talk of.
Benga, former comedian of the Federal Republic.
A failed comedian of Federal Republic.
Dry comedian.
He's talking of inflation. That inflation is everywhere all over the world. But you should ask what is the digit in Nigeria, what is the digit in UK, and what's the digit in America.
No,
but that's what he didn't tell them.
They just use all those kind of fancy words to sound intelligent.
Yeah, the people he's talking to, they are clapping for him, but they don't ask what is the digit. In UK, it's one single digit. The same thing in America.
Yes.
But Nigeria, you see how it look like. So those are the kind of people who have failed in their life, and they are coming to convince other people. I remember when Bukhari started, even the religious leader giving time, they thought he ran out of time, 80 years. And the same people who were saying that he was doing well, they now came back and say he was one of the failed presidents they ever knew.
People are going through now that Thiefnubu is trying to fix what he. Oh, so Bukhari destroyed Nigeria. You told us that he was going to fix it 8 years. Now they are all saying that Thiefnubu is now fixing what Bukhari destroyed. They will say the same thing of this Kolu too, Adeza. You know that?
Yeah. You remember the Sikh confessor used to call him. You know, when he went spoke with Thiefnubu, he said after 1 year he will judge his performance. Now he's silent now. He's not talking again.
No. They don't cut off him because they don't give him street for Abuja. Sure, you remember? They don't name his street after him. They don't name National Theatre in Lagos after him. Which thing won't talk again?
Yeah, so like what happened in Maiduguri today, this account of the state, the vice president built.
You get?
It was once the governor in that area. That's the kind of state they built. When money is allocated to a particular project, they will eat the money. They will not use it for the purpose which was meant for. They either eat it or misappropriate it. They'll be eating money from that dam over the years, and the dam did not collapse. But this one, now take them unaware. The dams collapse now, and they announced they didn't budget for it this year. You can see how they behave. And many lives, just as you said, here, if anything happens here, you see the emergency rescue. Immediately, you see all of them, whatever they can do, both the air, on the land, on the sea, you see them rescue people and their property. But in Nigeria, after 1 week, you will now see them carrying a blanket.
Sometimes you see some of them sharing rice, food.
Where people have died, they have lost. They now say after that they will now be going with blanket and the rest of them to go and support those kind of people. This is the kind of things you see in our country regarding labor and what they are doing. You know, he discovered that Abure, he doesn't have a single integrity. Understand?
He was using Peter Obi to cover up all this while. Now that it seems like he's lost that control, he decided to just want to throw everybody under the bus and drag them down with him, unfortunately.
You know what surprised me is that it is not Peter Obi that disqualified him.
I know now. I mean, we all know the story. It was all about between himself and INEC. But now it's about Peter Obi and Alex Otti, right?
Yes. Yes. He didn't even know either he will see 2027. He says he will withdrawing a ticket of 2027. He didn't even know that he will reach tomorrow. So that's the kind of thing they build around themselves. Understand? So my message to Obidients is that I'm thinking by now they should have float a party of their own and leave Labour alone. Because it is Obidients that make a Labour Party popular. Labour Party was nothing, nowhere to be found among the parties before. So my message to them, if they really want to do certain things, let them float a party that will stand the test of time and forget all those things that Abure and other people are doing today to actually damage their reputation and the rest of them. That's my advice for them. As regarding the dual election, understand, just as somebody said, you know, the person that is coming to be a governor cannot speak to the public. It is a senator, a failed governor, former failed governor, that is now becoming a mouthpiece. I have never seen that type of things. Understand? So somebody is coming to govern a state. Allow him to speak to the people he wants to govern. Why are you now in the forefront for him? Because you can talk and talk and talk. So those people should be wise. The day is already at hand. Why we are telling them to be wise? Because the government in power, APC, they own INEC, they own the judiciary.
Understand? Don't promise he will give them a do. So we'll see how that goes.
A dual election will determine either Nigeria will see the one or collapse, because everybody eyes has opened what they did in the last election.
Yes.
So, and I believe that everybody should be wise. Let them not just say, because Adam Mushemile once said that you can win in the poll, but they win in the INEC. And that's the same thing he wanted to repeat now. He said something. He said you will win in the poll, but they will win in INEC.
Indeed.
Because what INEC said that is final, and the court will endorse it. That's what happened during Thiefnubu. All of us know that no matter what, despite all that they cook, they didn't win the presidential election. But INEC declared him winner, and that's stands it today. So they should be wise so that they will not be taken unaware. So that's just my contribution. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, sir. Okay, for stopping by. Okay, and then my regards to everybody. By the way, you have a good one, sir. So that's Days from Edinburgh. Now we only have just 5 minutes to go. That should be our last call, but because I overshoot my time there or overshot it, so I'm taking another one. Please don't forget that you need to pay your offering. Your offering is like the broadcast, if you haven't already. Okay. Yeah. Hello.
Hello. Good evening, Michael.
Good evening.
Hope you're feeling much better now. How are you doing?
I'm very well. Getting there. Thank you.
You're not good. You're not good with sickness. Sickness is show for your face. When you get sick, it show for your face.
Hey, Baba. You need to see my body as well. You just let me know. You need to rest more. No, I don't rest. I've always been like, you won't believe this, or you will believe this, by the way, right? I have been more in bed than I've been out of bed in the last 9 days. You know what I mean? Like, I've actually virtually been doing everything on the bed, except eating and using the bathroom.
Hope it's not the fever that's going around in the UK.
I know. So thank you so much, Baba. Anyway, please.
Yeah. To most, my simple contribution is I think you will notice something in the Nigerian political scenario is that as soon as there's a major election coming through, the propaganda and all the inter-ethnic fighting starts. The whole rationale behind all this Igbo people insulted the Oba of Benin, or somebody in Canada said something, or somebody in Lagos is saying something about other ethnic group, was because there's an election coming in Benin. And people need to start understanding there's a bigger picture to everything that happens in Nigeria. The religious scaremongering is beginning to lose its grip. And the older generation begin to realize that all this bigger picture that they used to play when we only had NTA is not applicable now, because people can easily do their research on their phone, can confirm detail. Even the Bible can be played as a video, can be played as a cartoon. There's so many AI that will give you answers within seconds with backup facts and citations. So they better realize that the world they used to live before and the way they used to think has moved. Like they are, back in the days, we used to say, when we were writing on paper, we used to say people that were writing on the ground were people that did not know how to read and write. Now we that can write on paper, we're even both we're now there. We're not the ancient and modern. We're not So, and these people have not realized that is where the world has moved to. Children that are old as
imagine somebody who want to claim because he's older than me, he's in his 60s, right? And then we are talking about something, and the first thing that person will say is that, how old are you? What do you know? What do you know? You don't know nothing. Some of you, this young people, you don't say, what? Who are you talking to? Who are you?
Michael, you realize one thing, yeah? They say the fools also grow old. And also, anybody that cannot defend truth resort to violence.
That's right.
Or resort to scare tactics. Just have a conversation with somebody and they don't have anything to offer. The first thing they will look for is how to make themselves a point of reference they can use against you. Don't you realize I'm older than you?
Yes.
Don't you realize I lived in Lagos before you? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you know my father? Do you know my mother? Do you know my village? Like, you will start looking for things that he will use instead of focusing on the issue, instead of the issue you're discussing. And that is what happens in Nigeria. And unfortunately, I will say, most people in Nigeria don't take time to verify facts because they believe the person that said it is this person's old or that person's old, or he's appeared on TV or appeared on online, then it's correct. No, go and just do a little verification. Just type that thing online and say, wait, what is this thing? Spend like 10-20 minutes. You finally find out that there's so many contrary opinions that happen. Then you form your own opinion. Right. Don't just go who can sink and just go with it. And that's what the religious people has been using. And they've been using it going and going and going until this last election, where there is a clear divide between the people that want Nigeria to work and the people that don't want Nigeria to work, and the people that want Nigeria to break up, and the people that want to continue in the old Nigeria, the new Nigeria, plus everybody going their own way. So it's now become a different segment. Then the people that want Nigeria to break up are now supporting the people that want the new Nigeria.
Thank you. Civilization, clash of almost everything.
Thank you. And because of that clash of this now, the old people now are now thinking, wait, let's use their religious divide to divide them. But they forget that by doing that, you're falling to the group of people that want the country to divide. If you decide, okay, let's go to the people that wanted to damage you, younger people say, no. You people enjoyed it when it was working. We want it to work. We're going to with the Labour Party and Obi campaign. So they are now caught in between so many things. So what they are trying to do is to create a distraction using so many propaganda system. And the unfortunate thing for them is that this information are easy to verify, to counter because of the advent of online. And so many social media networks are available that people can go to handles and confirm things. So it's becoming difficult for them, and they're going to resort to violence. That's why when you notice during the protest, the whole garment of Nigerian army came out because they could not back up the fact. They say, okay, you're fighting against bad governance. Even the people you're going to bring to come and do counter protests are now saying the same thing with the people that are supposed to be protesting. So it's becoming difficult.
To go out there and say everything is fine. Okay, so everything is fine. We don't need protests. They got to the protest ground. They themselves started complaining. This country is tough. Gari is expensive. Rice is expensive.
So it's becoming difficult. It's becoming difficult to defend the propaganda. And what is going to end up is they're going to fall into the hands of the people that want the country to break up. Because if you can't defend your propaganda, you resort to violence. When you resort to violence, you now have to break up the country.
Right.
And that is where they're going.
tribal division. They don't know that they've taken this tribal division further than they planned. Because usually once they throw in the, you notice, so you know that, before now, once they throw this tribal stuff in, especially the Igbos will just stay away. They'll just kind of stay away.
Yeah.
But now the Igbos are pushing back. And that's never seen before.
Yes.
This generation of Igbos, right? They are not like striking away. They are now pushing back. And the guys who are very much good in using propaganda, tribal division, bigotry, and all of that, they were shocked. There are people are pushing back. They resulted into violence.
Because they are used to before. Because they are used to before. When they bring out that propaganda, there is no counter argument. There is no fact to back it up. They control the media, control everything. So when they bring in the propaganda now, you find that people go online and go and track people's social media posting and go, wait, you that say this thing. In 2019, where were you? You were talking about this one. So if I add those antecedents coming through now, I cannot believe what you're saying now because you can't change overnight. Then the people that they are trying to instigate you against, the good thing that is happening now is most vloggers now are coming from the north, speaking Hausa local languages. They are now explaining the same thing that we've been explaining to the southern people, to the northerners now. So the thing is becoming, when the imam go to talk, say, no. That thing you're saying doesn't add up. I saw it there and I've checked on the papers, it add up. So now it's becoming difficult to lie. Because before they use this fear tactics, the same thing that Adebo is in the south. They used to have the imam of Sultan of Sokoto and all these imams use that in the north. That don't hold anymore.
You are not supposed to counter them.
Thank you. You make you panic. They will not tell you if you talk anything against them. They're basically acting as if they're God's representative on earth.
Yeah.
They use that power, like I said earlier, because they don't have any common sense. They put their opinion. They, instead of saying it's my opinion, they'll say God said.
God.
And then people were like buying it until people start asking, wait, this same God said doesn't add up. How come your life is moving forward? People are beginning to ask questions. Before, who born you were to ask, say, Pastor, they give you miracle water.
At me and saying, why would you say that? Why would you say Adeboye is mad? What's your mouth? Adeboye.
Yeah, because it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. The same Adeboye came out to protest during Jonathan. Yeah? The same Adeboye during when...
We are now using all of their past action, right?
Thank you.
We are
You're not comparing
to tackle them. And they never imagined that will happen in their lifetime. I get you, Baba.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. And that is where the problem is. And you're not even saying it that you said it now. It's a case of what they said. You're not bringing it. Okay, this person at this point in time said this under these circumstances. The same circumstance repeated itself. Why is action changing?
Why is it changing?
If you say God is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow, why is your own God changing with political parties? Then people begin to pick, this doesn't add up.
You nailed it, because what you just did here is that you make it more easier for a lot of people watching us tonight, including those who are elders too, to let them know that listen, we are not supposed to be your enemy. We just don't want to take your bullshit anymore.
Yes, we're not your enemy because, for God's sake, when people like my dad were going to school, they were staying in hostels. Government were paying them. Naira to pound was close to each other. I can't afford to live that life right now.
No.
I'm even scared of thinking about it right now because as I'm talking to you, I'm thinking, how much am I going to earn to pay that kind of school fees and everything?
And look at those who are so angry and planned coups. Back in the days, they were in their 20s, 30s, right? But the people who are now, those people are now in their own 60s today. They are now saying we are impatient.
Mayegu, you're going too far.
40, they say we are not patient.
Mayegu, you're going too far. How old was Antonio Enahoro when he raised the motion for independence in 1957? It was 24, 25. 24, 25. 24, 25.
24, 25. God bless you, Baba.
Awolowo was less than 40 when he was premier of Western Nigeria.
That's right.
Michael Okora was less than 40 when he was...
Richard Akinjide was just about 23 when he was an advisor to a president of a country at the time too.
Thank you. Michael Okora was less than 40 when he was managing
the entire Eastern Nigeria.
Eastern Nigeria. And within Jakonde was in less than 60, in less than 50s when he developed Lagos.
He was in his early 40s, exactly.
Early 40s. And it took them 4 or 5 years to do those things. These people have been there for 20-something years. So when you begin to tell me X, Y, Z, it doesn't add up. Because I will give you fact and figure and match it together. Thiefnubu have controlled Lagos for over 20 years. Compare his development to what Jakonde did with over the same period. Compare his words to what
was
Awolowo did.
The premier region. Sorry, Awolowo was the premier of the Western region for just
No,
about 6-7 years.
let's not go to Awolowo. We'll say Awolowo controlled the whole of West. It's too big for Tinubu. Then fine. Let's go to Jakonde to Tinubu within the same period, over the same period. Let's see. If you look at these things and you begin to understand that these people were they were using religion as a way of manipulating us, because they know they didn't have anything to offer on a sincere argument. China and Nigeria were all categorized as developing nations in the 70s. China is not. We're not. All Africa are now going to China and queuing up to collect loan. The same people who were categorized as the same people. Malaysia came to us to collect palm kernel. Now they are now selling us palm kernel.
Hey.
Dangote open refinery. Dangote open refinery. Say, okay, I want to start selling PMS to Nigeria. Quickly, NNPC increased fuel price, telling him that, oh, he has to sell at regulated prices. Well, then what is the market? What is the force of demand and supply? That means you're telling us indirectly that you don't want him to sell at a lower price. Because if he does that, it will open the loophole of your subsidy. Because if Dangote come in and say, I'm going to sell at 150, 160, everybody that imports or substandard petrol will have to find a way to start looking for what to do. Or you come to Nigeria, open your own refinery. They don't want to invest in the country, but they want to benefit from the country. Because all of them have gone to abroad and build their own refineries, build their own source of production. They're like converting us to market. We must eat whatever they produce, wherever they produce.
Thank you.
And that is what has been happening. It's for the first time. This Gen Z are the first people to actually question the system. And we that in our 50s and 60s now are basically looking at it and going, wait, these things you are doing, we wouldn't even try to do it when we're in your age. But we're happy to support you because we realize that we made a mistake during our own time. And the people in their 40s, early 50s now, that are next generation after us, are not thinking, wait, we actually can do this. And they're supporting them.
Before we are going to actually see a working country. So it's not going to happen. Wow.
It's two things, like I said, is going to happen. Yes, the people that are using bigotry are going to push the people that want the country to work to the point of breaking up. Because once it breaks up, they're doing it without knowing. They're inadvertently doing it.
Yeah.
It's like telling your wife, I don't want you to dress nice. But you go outside there, see nice women, and you're admiring them. Then one day, your wife decides, you know what? I've had enough. I want to leave you. Then she go and dress up and look nice outside. You say, wait, my wife actually look better than all the people I've been looking at. But by then she's already gone. The country has already broken up. That's the case of Nigeria. The people at the top are so comfortable where they are that they forget that there are thousands of people under them. Because they have sense of this stupid security around their door. Like, I have a police officer, I have this, I have that. The same police officer that cannot afford to feed himself, carrying a gun, looking after you. It just take one day that his son will go to hospital and say, okay, if you don't pay, your son will die. His son will die. Just look at it and say, wait, okay, I've been securing you for the past 8 years. And actually, I can now, that Nigeria has not happened to me. He will just turn around and kill you.
Without any regret. See, thank you so much, oh man. You just took me on, you took all of us, not me. You need to read the comment. You took all of us on a very amazing self-discovery. That people, I see, if this was supposed to be a gathering, you will see a lot of people doing like this in the audience. Like, wow.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we need to get to a point where we start pulling statistics. From 1967, every time there's been a government, let's pull statistics of that government, compare it to the current government. Then we'll start asking questions. Before you know it, you will begin to see that these people can no longer tell us any nonsense anymore.
Wow. Thank you so much. My time is now up, and I do not regret having you as our last caller this evening. You actually give us a lot of reasons, a lot of stuff to think of tonight.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Have a good night. Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. And to everyone else, I don't think I should ruin it. Let's end it that way, right? Thank you for your time, everyone. I'm going to see you again tomorrow. Again, I'm still taking it slow, all right? So you won't see me in the afternoon, but if you by any chance will see me in the afternoon, great. I do not plan to be here in the afternoon, okay? But you will see me tomorrow night again. Until then, take it easy, and never stop watching Mayego. Good night.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Máyégún làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Máyégún ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Máyégún dáyàrí politico.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dódòdó.
Máyégún dáyàrí Náídì nọ́mbà 1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Máyégún máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe. Fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Àyè.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sè mọ́bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù máyé ń ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ tún ra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.